Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is June the 17th, 2017. This is home of long-term cryptocurrency thinking, gold and hold, the cure for the impulsive, for a financially mature audience. I am proud to have the best guest in the space on this show quite often, including people like John Light, who I'm going to talk about below. He is just rocking the world right now. Thanks for the Ethereum Classic. Thanks for the Litecoin. And thanks for the people who've been signing up for Coinbase through my affiliate link, which is linked to below. It's the easiest way in the United States to buy Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ethereum. So check that out. Also check out all my links below if you want to get a Trezor, Ledger Nano, cryptohwwallet.com, et cetera, et cetera. Just check out the links below. I'm behind people still on getting back to people emailing. Sorry, everyone, just check out my Twitter @TechBalt. That might be nice to do in the meantime as I slowly get back in the swing of things here in the United States. Just a lot of taking care of real life things here in Baltimore and just getting used to the time again. So I'm behind on a lot. Yesterday, we had a great show here. This Week in Bitcoin, Daniel Vogel of Bitso, Venezuela. We were talking about Mexico with our guest. They started their own Spanish show. Daniel Vogel of Bitso in Mexico just gave us a really unique perspective. I don't agree with him on everything, but he was very, very smart guy. And it's a different perspective. So check out yesterday's show. It's linked to below. And I give links to the new Spanish show that Gabriel and Juan Galt have worked on. I was on their show yesterday. So there's so much expansion going on in the cryptocurrency world, in the Bitcoin world, that they're trying to get into the Spanish language market. Just very exciting. So check out all those links below. I might have not labeled them correctly because I have not had time. So obviously I have my This Week in Bitcoin show on Fridays, which we have just had awesome guests. Ansel Lindner is another very positive person. I'm going to talk about him soon. I mean, Tone Vays comes on the show, but Tone Vays is always on the what's the other show that's on Fridays? That John Light was the Bitcoin Group show, and Tone was on that yesterday, and I think it might have been on the same time my show was on. And John Light was on. I'm glad they got the idea of getting John Light on their show. John Light had been on my show the previous week or 2 weeks ago. I don't know. The point is that show yesterday, the Bitcoin Group show, was great, especially at 24:30, where John Light just takes it to a new level. Okay, we've got Jimmy and Tone, and they are smart guys, and they have just been. And I've been getting at this in my other shows, over-analyzing this bit 148 thing and this Segwit thing, every bit of minutia. Thomas too. I mean, Thomas on one end is like trying to be the compromiser, and you don't, and trying to say good points about the China coin people. Whatever, dudes. I mean, you could take your approach. I'm with John Light, all right? I am just coming out straight out now. I love what John Light said on my show. I love what John Light said yesterday on their show starting at 24:30, that the bottom line is we need Segwit. We should be happy that we're going to end up with Segwit. That's what this August 1st thing is about. We're ending up with Segwit. Don't try to get in the game theory here, okay? If you want to talk about game theory with Jimmy Song, then go to Washington University in St. Louis, get into there like I did, and you can talk about game theory in your freshman economics class, which I did, when I was 17 years old or whatever at Washington University. If you want to talk about game theory, go to WashU, go to wherever, and go to pay $50,000 to go to college and talk about game theory. Screw game theory, all right? Segwit is going to happen, and much respect to Jimmy and Tone and everything, but the pessimism, you're spreading the pessimism. And you know what? Some people are going to be pessimistic and everything, but listen to what John Light has to say. Listen to what Ansel Lindner has to say, all right? These are people, we need one Bitcoin, and we need Segwit. We need Segwit followed by one Bitcoin. These dudes in China aren't going to blow the whole world up here. And John Light has gone numerous times into very simple language why we're going to end up with Segwit and one Bitcoin. And there's really not much I can add to that except check out, I mean, I give pertinent John Light links below. He's on my show. He was on their show yesterday, Thomas's show yesterday. So if you want to, if you're feeling blue one day, if all this is driving you crazy, because guess what? If you get too much into this stuff, like, and I've said this before, I don't know how many different ways I can say it. Bit 148, all these numbers, all these names. First of all, hardly anyone even knows what they are. They change every minute, it seems like. It's not even going down until August 1st. You know, Tone is doing spreadsheet analysis. Whose side this guy's on? Whose side that guy's on? Who cares? Who cares at this point? To quote that criminal Hillary Clinton, what difference does it make? This is the way we're going to end up with it. John Light is correct. John Light is correct. That's my stand. That's Adam Meister's stand. And if you're saying, Adam, why do you have to just agree with one dude? Dude, I'm not worrying about this for the rest of the next 1.5 months or whatever it is. All right? Go ahead and worry. And lots of people are worrying. If you want to have a worried lifestyle, be my guest. All right? This Bitcoin thing, there's life after August 1st, okay? We're going to hit the year 2020. God willing, all of us will be alive in 2020. It's going to be a Bitcoin halving. The price is going up, all right? You know, you want to buy yourself some Ethereum, great, have a blast. You want to buy yourself some Litecoin as insurance? It appears a lot of people are doing that. Look what has happened. Even Tone Bays accepts Litecoin now. That's how mad the situation has gotten for some people. And no offense to Tone. I respect Tone a lot. But clearly, it's taken his mind to a level of it's something you would never, ever picture. And I understand why he wants Litecoin as tips, because Bitcoin is tips right now. It's not worth it for people to send it and whatever. We can get into that. But Segwit cures that. And we're ending up with Segwit. And everyone knows that's the way it should end up. And if you analyze every little bit of minutia or whatever, every little bit of this, you're going to go crazy. So anyway, I think I just covered a lot of stuff that I've written down that people don't know. Yeah, okay. People know what these terms even mean that Tone is talking about half the time and that Jimmy's talking about. Bottom line is it will, like John Light says, it's going to work out. We should celebrate where we are right here. We should celebrate Bitcoin right now and not dig yourself into some crazy worry hole where you end up physically ill. All right. I think I summarized that pretty well. Market ticker guy Carl Denninger has a new post that totally rips on cryptocurrency. And he did this a while ago too. And I like Carl Denninger for certain things. He lives in an echo chamber. He doesn't let people comment on everything. And he's really anal about that kind of stuff, which shows his weaknesses, all right? He doesn't give opposing views. And hey, I give opposing views. And a lot of people are going to say, Adam, well, you should give the Bitcoin Unlimited view. I've given, or a China coin, excuse me, I said that word. I've let those dudes on my show before, all right? So, enough's enough here. I'm not going to make everybody worried sick about the China coin options that change every darn minute. All right, going back to Carl Denninger, though, he is just like very set in his ways, super duper set in his ways, unable to change. He's not changing about cryptocurrency, but at the same time, he is a smart man. So I'm going to link to his thing, his post, which is totally against, what I believe about cryptocurrency. He just calls cryptocurrency a scam. He says everything's a scam. You're going to get arrested. He clearly hasn't researched it as much as a lot of us have. But at the same time, I'm glad to see his opposing view out there still, because if there were no opposing views from smart people about cryptocurrency, we would be in an insane Bitcoin bubble, and clearly we're not there yet. So as long as there are opposing voices out there, hey, that's kind of cool. So let's go to and no, it is cool. We're not in a crazy bubble. People want to talk about Litecoin. All right, today's Litecoin trading volume was more than Bitcoin, more than Ethereum. Unbelievable. What is going on here? I linked to a Reddit that actually asks some questions about the weakness. Why are people in the Litecoin? It seems like it's just insurance for Bitcoin now, because people, and I agree with that. I agree that it is insurance for Bitcoin. If you think Bitcoin is going to split into two, that Segwit is going to fail, and all these other things, then a lot of activity is going to go on at Litecoin. And obviously some activity has started at Litecoin in terms of microtransactions. They have, they did Segwit first. That was great. That has helped. But I think today's trading volume increase was based all on speculation still, based on worries about Bitcoin or people trying to create more worries about Bitcoin. Getting into Litecoin, maybe they think is going to scare people into selling their Bitcoin. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that psychology behind it. But I'm just saying, if you think Litecoin, with a name like Litecoin, like lightweight, is going to become the #1 cryptocurrency on Earth after forever, for all of 2018, you're not correct. You're incorrect. I'm saying it right here. All right. Bitcoin is the world reserve cryptocurrency. Okay. Litecoin is not becoming the world reserve cryptocurrency. See John Light. All right. So Andy Hoffman has been emailing me. He has some takes on the Bitcoin scaling saga on his Steemit. I linked to it below. Hey, Andy's a friend of mine, and Miles Franklin, a golden holder, definitely. If you again, I'm saying just read John Light here, but I respect. I want to give Andy his opinion. Let people read his opinion, upvote him at least. And he also told me about a Bitcoin Magazine article that, again, if you want to hear some more about this, because no matter what I say, there are going to be people out there that want to read about the Segwit saga. If you're into soap operas and everything, then cool. But just don't get a heart attack because of it. Go out and run like I do, 20 miles a week, running 20 miles a week. Do that. If you run 20 miles a week, then yeah, study Tone's little spreadsheets and everything like that. You're not going to have a heart attack. But still, John Light is right. All right, here's a tweet out there. I linked to it below. It says, right or wrong, there's a perception that Ethereum has a monopoly on ICOs. And that's a big risk if ICOs take off elsewhere, e.g. Civic on RSK BTC. So yeah, that was a very interesting point. If everyone is buying Ethereum, if Ethereum is being supported by people that think this is the platform for ICOs, these ICOs are the thing of the future, and then all of a sudden people realize, wait a second, Ethereum's not the only platform I can do this on, then that could hurt Ethereum. And maybe people are going to find out that you can build it on Ethereum Classic too, or that you can just build it on Bitcoin. Maybe you can build it on a million other things. I don't know. I try to stay out of this ICO thing, dudes. So Vinny Lingham actually retweeted that. So shout outs to Vinny Lingham. Hey, I noticed that Bitcoin was at 2,600 today. And again, it's like a tortoise, people. It just go tortoise go, and don't worry about the price that much. And that was another thing about John Light. He's Thomas is asking, what do you think the price is going to be next week? And he's like, I don't give a darn, basically, is what he said. and that's totally true. I mean, it's doubled in the last year. I mean, there you go. Be happy. And what's it going to be in 2020? There's a long-term thinker right there. Hey, and I understand why Thomas asked that question. I asked similar questions to my guests too. People love to hear predictions. They love to hear about what's going to happen next week. They want to be told by some magical person what's going to happen next week. What's the price exactly going to be on August the 1st? What's exactly going to happen? But don't worry too much, dudes. Don't get into this paranoia here. Don't get into a newfangled Bitcoin doom porn. All right. Pound that like button, people. Have I said pound that like button? I think I said it a few times. I meant to say it a million times. So pound that like button. There's over 100 of you here on a Saturday night. Obviously, you guys aren't going to be at the Crown with me in a few hours to see DJ. Not a few hours, in an hour to see DJ Landis Expandis. That's going to be a fun time. If you're in Baltimore, go out to that. I'll see you there. I don't know if anyone's there. It's on North Avenue, so I'm sure a lot of people were like, oh my God, as ghetto as anything, Adam Meister. And, you have your right to call it that. So what's on my mind? I'll conclude with what is on my mind besides pounding the like button. So I'm running today, and I see my grandmother. My grandmother's will be 95 years old at some point this year. She's driving her car, and you probably say, oh my God, you let your grandmother drive a car at 95? She's a grown person. You don't let your grandmother. She can drive if she wants to. But what I noticed was, running by my grandma, driving her car, in the car, were some of her great grandchildren, and I that was the first time I had seen that, and that's just amazing. It is just amazing to see your almost 95-year-old grandmother driving around her great grandchildren, and it's safe. It's pretty safe. It's safe. I'd go in a car. I haven't been in a car with her for a little while, but it's just a good feeling. It's a good feeling to be alive, people. You gotta love life. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. I post a new video here every day. Check out the links below and pound that like button. I will see you tonight at the Crown on North Avenue. Bye.